What's up, y'all? I was just making some veg nutrient solution here, and I decided to make a video real quick on the 3 most helpful nutrient additives that aren't absolutely necessary. There's a million freaking nutrient additives that you can put in there, and there's your base nutrients like General Hydroponics Trio or the Jack 321 or whatever. There's a million different kind of lines of the base nutrients. But this video is not about base nutrients. This video is about the most important additives you can add. So I narrowed it down to 3 and 1 honorable mention. But right now, what I'm waiting for my silicate to mix up in here. So that's the first one. The most important additive you can have that you don't absolutely have to have is silicates. The silicates are basically good for overall plant health and vigor. They they strengthen plant cell walls, and they basically make the plant healthier and more robust and stronger overall, more resistant to disease and infection. Basically, they make this plant just stronger in every way. So the number 1 additive is not necessary, but highly recommended, and pretty much everybody who grows and has been doing it for a while adds silicates. And this basically, you can use silicates all the way through the entire growth cycle, and it's probably the number 1 most important additive you can add. The second one is kind of a hit or miss depending on what kind of growing you do. I do hydroponics, and I do I don't do a sterile system. I do the beneficial bacteria system. So I use HydroGuard as the second most important additive, which is, if you don't do the beneficials, then the counterpart to this would be like a pool shock or the hydrogen peroxide, something to keep it sterile. So this keeps it beneficial bacteria in there. The alternative to this is something to keep it sterile. But the point is, this isn't necessary. This isn't completely necessary. You can run a system without without being sterilized or beneficial bacteria. You just run a higher risk of, root rot and bad things happening to your roots in general. But either HydroGuard, Great White. There's a couple others. Those are the 2 big ones as far as beneficial go. And like I said, the pool shock or the hydrogen peroxide or whatever else they use to make it a sterile system. Those are the 2 for basically hydroponics additives. You don't necessarily have to do this kind of stuff in just adding nukes to pour into cocoa or soil or anything like that you're going to drought. So those are the first 2. The third one is kind of a, let me go ahead and grab this. The third one, okay, that cut off when I was grabbing the phone off the little stand there. But here is the third additive, and it's one of the best ones. Well, like I said, this is these are 2 different kinds of the humic acid supplement. So there's full power, which is a liquid one, and then there's HydroBio, which is it's got a lot more things in there. But either way, so this is a humic acid supplement or additive. And what this does is, basically the full power is just humic acid supplement. And what it does is it allows the plants to uptake bigger particles, bigger nutrient-sized particles, whatever. It helps them eat more of the nutrients out of the solution. So it basically helps them eat faster and grow faster. So intake more nutrients, better for the plant, obviously. Full power's one of them, and the other one is HydroBio. Full power has it's mainly just humic acid when they do some extraction process to put in liquid or whatever they do. The HydroBio is actually a little bit more balanced out on other things. So they call it Vital Humic, but they add other stuff in here. This one has probiotics, humic acid, fulvic acid, sea kelp, molasses. It's got all kinds of junk in this one. But this one is kind of a all around plant growth deal here. It has, like I said, it has those natural plant growth regulators like sea kelp. It has the molasses in there for, obviously growth and bulking up. But this is a really solid supplement here. It's a powder rather than a liquid. But anyway, these are both kind of in the same ballpark as far as humic acid or acid supplement, where it basically helps the plants intake more nutrients and grow faster and stronger. And it's like I guess the best way to say what this is basically a CO2 of an additive. Like, so this is the equivalent of CO2 for an additive, because what CO2 does basically lets the plant suck in, take more light, take more nutrients in, work harder. That's basically what this stuff does as a nutrient additive. It lets the plant take in more nutrients and work harder and grow faster. So this is the third of my list of 3 top additives to add into your nutrient solution. And like I said, just to go back over, well, before I finish it off, I want to add an honorable mention. Here's an honorable mention for a rapid start rooting enhancer. This stuff is pretty solid as far as having seedlings and young plants getting their roots really healthy and big pretty fast. This stuff is really good. I've got a whole cart full of junk here, but these are the ones, these 3, and then the honorable mention over there. The only reason this is an honorable mention is because it's only used for a very short period of the grow cycle. Like, just the first few weeks I only use this. First water change, basically, I get rid of it. But the rest of these go the entire grow period, or can. I actually do take silicates out after the stretch, so I'm not worried about it anymore. But the rest of these, HydroGuard and the humic acid supplements, I put those in the entire grow cycle. But yeah, these 3 in the honorable mention over there, these things, none of these are absolutely necessary. You don't have to have any of these. You can do a grow without any of these. You could do a grow with just, if you really wanted to, you could do a grow with just like 2 parts of this General Hydroponics Trio and CalMag. So if you really want to do it, you could just do it with 3 bottles here of this whole cart. But these are the additives that I highly recommend in every grow. Like I said, the beneficial bacteria or something to sterilize your water, or some kind of silicate additive, and one form or another of humic acid additive. And I think I'm starting to lean towards this hydrobio stuff, just because of the other things it has in it with the sea kelp, molasses, fulvic acid. So this has more stuff in it. So it really is. It's expensive as hell. This is I don't know how much. I think this jar right here was like almost $300 or something stupid like that. But it's really good stuff, and it goes a long ways. That jar right there, and you can use that soil, whatever. But yeah, so that's my quick little video on the 3 most important non-essential additives to start using in your grow. If you guys watched this far, I appreciate you. If you have anything else that you think is a really beneficial additive that I didn't cover in these are basically 3 general categories of additive that are necessary. If you can think of anything else that's really important to add to your grow, I'd like to hear about it. Leave in the comments. If you guys watched this far, I appreciate you. If you haven't yet, please like, comment, subscribe. And that's it for this episode. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to do a couple more episodes like this where it's like the best 3 things. The next one's going to be the best 3 non-essential grow room additions, or 3 or 4. Well, I'll have to take a look at it. And then a couple others like that. But either way, if you watched this far, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.